All right, y'all, what's going on? It's Combo Breaker 99. I am back with another video. All right, y'all, this video is not going to be too long. I just wanted to give my thoughts on Xiaonan and her recent move. Well, I won't say recent move now, but her move to alpha male and how it helped her change as a fighter, because this is something I talked about, a few live streams ago, talking about her getting in with alpha male and how it helped her mix up her game and get the understandings of the different disciplines, how to help it make you a complete fighter, right? We talked about that before, but I just pulled up this interview with Xiaonan. Shout out to WMMA Rankings for posting this. They post a lot of good information and some just some things that I want to cover is already kind of written out with these guys. So yeah, man, Xiaonan, she basically, just kind of went in and said how it helped her put the fundamentals together of, everything like the jiu-jitsu and the wrestling, like I talked about before over here, especially, leading up to this Mackenzie Dern fight. As y'all know, she took on Mackenzie Dern in her last fight, won a unanimous decision. And that was a much needed win for her, because she was on a 2-fight losing streak, one fight that we could argue she won. But before that, the Carla Esparza performance was a very brutal loss that really kind of opened up not just her eyes, of course, but our eyes on how much she was lacking in defending takedowns and fighting off her back and just wrestling, period. How Carla, I know she's a world-class wrestler, but the way Xiaonan, who is a little bit taller and bigger in this fight, just really had trouble with handling these takedowns from Carla Esparza, right? So the move that she made was definitely necessary. I'm glad that they did catch that right away, because some fighters, it just seems like they get stuck in one gear sometimes and, they don't understand what it is, what they did wrong. They just think, oh, maybe I need to hit harder, or, oh, maybe I need to just throw my jab first, or maybe I just need to throw more combinations. Well, that's all well and good if you facing another stand-up fighter. But when you're dealing with fighters that want to just take it to the ground and only the ground, you have to know how to counter that, and you have to know the fundamentals of what they're doing. Because like I said, you don't, like, even with striking, when I say a wrestler needs to be a striker, they don't need to be the best striker. They just need to have the fundamentals so they can use it to get what they want, but as well as study their opponent, right? But this is what Xiaonan said in a recent interview, talking about moving to alpha male and how it's been stepping up her game. She said, everybody treated me well at Team Alpha Male. I feel it's my home in the United States. And the second thing is I learned a lot about how to mix up striking, wrestling, and grappling together in MMA from Team Alpha Male. So I learned a lot of knowledge from the team, from the culture. So that's why I think it's a right team. It's the right team for me. And that was actually from MMA Hour, the interview where she talked about fighting Rose as well. Then she said, I miss my family over there in China, but my dad was here this time, and that made me happy, and it made me feel easier. But I still miss my mom and my 3 dogs at home. All right. So, that's another thing, though. Like, I like what she's doing here. To be a complete fighter or go for the goals that you really want, you got to make that sacrifice sometimes. You got to mix it up. That's why they call this mixed martial arts. You just can't stay in one area, one culture, and one discipline, or just stay in one area and have everything come to you sometimes, you know what I mean? Because you're going to miss out. You're going to miss out. Just like, I guess, well, we could just compare it to just traveling in real life. Like, you're going to miss out. Like, this, I'm not saying I've done all the traveling in the world. Still a lot of stuff I need to go see and want to do. But I understand that. That's why it's a goal of mine. But yeah, if you're a fighter, though, I think, if you're restricted to one area, sometimes it just holds you back. So it's on you to step on the gas and say, okay, the culture I'm from here is basically this, is basically ABC. So I got to step out of the box and go over here and work with these people. They can help me put together this game plan and become this complete fighter that I need to be. That's why I'm glad that she said I learned a lot of knowledge from the team and from the culture, because stepping out of your culture is how you grow as a MMA fighter. Look at Valentina, so many different disciplines, right? It's like I've talked about before in a live where, back in the day when I was first watching MMA and I would watch Brazilians in there, like Brazilians, they were always, taking fights to the ground. It was always jiu-jitsu with them. But some of them, early on didn't have the best hands. They didn't have the best stance in boxing or, striking, right? They're more known for jiu-jitsu on the ground. And you go to China or Asia, you see more fighters like Xiaonan that are good with their hand speed, boxing. You go to Thailand, you're going to see more Muay Thai fighters. All of these different realms, all these different continents, and when you go deeper into it in the countries, you're going to see more fighters striking based or more wrestling based or grappling based. Like, there has to be a time where you say, okay, if we're going to do this and we want to climb the rankings, we have to mix it up, right? That's why a lot of fighters do come to the melting pot. They come to the, United States, because you're going to link up with, some of these guys in America that are world class wrestlers, the Olympic wrestlers, like, Uriah Faber, that can really help you mix it up, like Henry Cejudo. These are the type of people that these stand-up fighters need, right? And vice versa, because once you come here, you're going to get a little bit of slickness in American style of boxing, to help you take your head off the line and learn how to move around and be a little bit more elusive. So a lot of this stuff is necessary for these fighters to do, as far as making sacrifices and, leaving home. Like I said, if they really want to do this hard job, it's just like the military. You got to step away, get the training to prepare for war, or wherever it is, that's going to go down anytime, anywhere, right? But yeah, I definitely respect a fighter like Xiaonan. And after reading and looking at this interview again, I have to say, she's definitely a fighter that I would love to see climb the ladder, rebound off a couple of those losses and, go on a good fight streak and become a complete fighter. That's just real. That's why I say, it's necessary, like, sometimes to take the time out and just see what these fighters are working on, and I like it whenever they just do their I love these fighters I love when the fighters just put their these type of posts on their IG, you know what I mean? Like, I get sick of all the thirst traps here and there. I want to see more fight posts. Me being a fight fan and you being a fighter, that's what I want to see. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, I think with what Xiaonan's doing, I think she's found a good home here, and it's definitely going to help her move forward and get into that elite zone. Like I said, I don't think she's elite yet. I think she need maybe a couple more wins to put her in that realm, and we need to see her as a complete fighter in another couple of fights where she's starting to look like she's, unstoppable, or she looks like that force, like how Wei Li had put that together. Even like I said, Marina came up a little short against her, but she still has a good, solid record in the throughout the strawweight division. A lot of top 10 fighters on there, right? But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Like I said, just a quick short video just to give Xiaonan some props here. She's been putting the work in, and that's what I like to see. Get closer to being a complete fighter, and go for that belt. No BS. Put the work in, no excuses. Get it done, right? Combo Breaker 99. I'm out. Subscribe. Peace.